Hi everyone, I'm Tim from Revolution Bike Park, and today I'm in my home studio, or at least room with foam stuck on the wall. And we're doing a slightly different video again today, which is I'm going to actually be watching some crash videos on Pinkbike and give you my sort of thoughts on it. I know this is a bit of a sort of cliched thing on YouTube, but seems to work pretty well. And I think, I've always stayed away from these kind of videos for like the last 10 years. I've religiously ignored and avoided any of these kind of things because it's a bit close to home. When you run a bike park, to sort of see this stuff, it already keeps me awake at night. I don't need to watch videos of it, but now that I'm not doing that so much, it felt like a good time that I could actually have a look at some of these videos and see what his thoughts are, and maybe it'll be interesting. So from what I can tell, you can't sort Pinkbike videos by any kind of popularity or anything. If I'm just being an idiot and you can, please comment below and let me know how, or if there's any places that have decent collections of these videos, let me know, because if it is interesting and people do enjoy the video, I may do more. But I don't want to just sort of react to other people's sort of compilation videos, as I feel like, well, I just want to do it myself off this. So without further ado, let's get into this. Start with this one. Shred the gnaw on Little Tykes. Okay. I love the mate in the background. Oh, okay. So I hadn't actually considered the fact that I might actually end up going to hell by doing this, but let's watch that one again. So we got the kind of smallest tabletop in the world. Oh, to be fair on this kid, like, everyone's got to start somewhere, and I'd probably be way worse than that. But this does go to show something which I always sort of think with bikes, which is, in the event of a crash, your bike is not your friend. This was like the slowest, like smallest crash you could imagine, and had he not got wrapped up in his bike, he would have probably walked away fine. But as it was, his bike decided to try and maul him to death. So, yeah, there's a lesson for you. If you're ever in a crash, wherever your bike is, you make sure you're somewhere else. Macking it. Oh! He's crawling. He's trying to escape the pain. You're going to have to go further than that to get away from that pain. That was a big crash. I noticed on a couple of compilation videos that it starts off with, these videos are all professionals and no one was injured. And then, you watch it and then it's nothing but rank amateurs, basically getting their poop poked in. And it's like, they're not professional, and B, they're certainly getting injured. And that was a big crash. I mean, he's doing some... Oh, I think he just washed out on something there, but he was macking it down there. Oh, I mean, at least he sort of stood up and the arm seemed to be moving, so he might have got away with that. He's got full face on, so yeah, smart boy, but Jesus, that would have hurt. What's next? Oh, we got the full Lycra hill climber here. I'm really interested to see what this is. Oh no, get ready to wash out on that rock face. Oh, no. Well, I mean, to be fair, that went about as well as it could do. He's still smiling. I mean, there's so many things here. I mean, that's a classic example of failure to commit. There wasn't really much to do there. It's dry. It looks pretty grippy. You could have just rolled down that fine, but instead he decided to deck the front brake halfway through, and that was just game over. I mean, he's lucky because, that 1 millimeter of Lycra he's wearing and that polystyrene helmet and sunglasses probably ain't going to save him much if he ends up getting cheese grated down that rock slab. Oh, we got an indoor one. Let's have a look at this one. Fall at Ray. Okay, I'll tell you something about Rays, actually. It might be interesting. Nice little BMX. Nice. No. Oh, bit of a slam, but, to be fair, that wasn't too bad. And full face helmet meant that when he face planted the ground there, it didn't actually smash his teeth out, so yeah, he'll carry on to ride with that. Yeah, the thing about Rays actually is Rays was the original inspiration for Revolution Bike Park, which kind of sounds a bit odd given that Rays and Revolution Bike Park aren't anything alike, but yeah, the original idea was actually that we would build an indoor mountain bike park like Rays. We thought something like that would work really well in this country. We looked into it for quite a while and ended up even going to see a building in Bristol that we were interested in, but And actually, the building in Bristol looked very like this, to be fair, but it's so expensive for rent and rates in this country, it just was never going to be viable, so we sort of gave up on that idea and moved to an outdoor venue. Sketchballs crash. Took the girlfriend's brother out for a bike ride. Okay, something tells me girlfriend's not going to be impressed with this. Oh, this is just... yeah, failure to commit. I do like the slow-mo. I mean, crashes like this that don't need to happen. Like, I mean, we can all make mistakes, but like, this crash happened long before like this guy even got on the bike. Oh, he's so fortunate that he wasn't a bit close onto that rock. I mean, it actually looks like he got away with that pretty well. But yeah, just you know, if you're gonna ride something, you know, this is my advice when you're riding, as someone who's not a particularly good rider, but is someone who sees a lot of riding, is if you're gonna do a feature, do it. Don't doubt it. You either do it or you don't do it. If you're not ready, don't go on it, don't go near it. But as soon as you commit to doing something, do it. Because most of the time, failure to commit will cause more injuries and pain than actually going for it. You know, if he'd have just rolled it, he would have been out of that in no time. But anyway, it's easy to say that when you're sat in a comfortable desk watching videos, as opposed to when you're actually on the bike. So maybe I should shut my mouth. I don't like that picture. Where's this? Oh, beautiful. Oh, Jesus. Ow.
Oh my God, cunt.
Yeah, oh my God, indeed. Who is this?
Get your foot up.
Chad McLean from... I don't know, like, if anyone knows where that is, tell me, because I mean, I assume eventually I might end up seeing a video about it, but that's not ours. But that doesn't look like it's in the UK, even though it's a sort of UK rider, but that was big. I mean, this guy clearly knows what he's doing. That was a clean jump, but he just got offline on the landing. Oh, nice. Oh. And it was about this moment he knew. Anyway, yeah. Oh, that impact. I mean, you know what they say, you know, it's not the speed that you crash, it's the speed that you stop that's the problem, and that was a very sudden and abrupt stop. But his arm and shoulders seem actually right. I think he might actually be wearing body armor, which would have given him a lot of protection in that incident.
Whoa, oh.
What even was that? Was there a landmine there? Like his back wheel hit? Like what? I mean, did he just super compress the back end there to a point that it like literally just catapulted him out? Or maybe he's got like a hydraulic saddle or whatever. What are they called? My God, my brain's completely blank. And they just pressed it at the wrong moment, but it was actually nitro charged. Like, where did you see all that extra force that came out of that? I mean, I'm getting confused over physics by watching this one. It just like pops. Bike? I mean, I guess there's something there, but holy hell, that was like an over the bars for like from nowhere. Did his? Yeah, his helmet came off. Do your helmet straps up. No point having a helmet if it's going to come off on you in a crash. Berta in Canada.
Nice. Oh shit.
Firstly, his mate absolutely jinxed him then, and like, what was that like star jump off the bike? Like, where did that come from? Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you know, he's doing all right on it. He looks fairly sort of confident. The bike's, you know, like not exactly the beefiest of bikes, but you know, he's doing all right. But then, so he goes like off the edge here, then goes into like T-pose. I don't get what that was. Like, I mean, granted, we've all been sort of bucked off the bike, but like, it's like he was gonna like, what's the guy in Marvel, Vision? He was like he wanted to do his sort of floating stance off the bike, but Jesus Christ.
Oh shit!
And again, like I'm pretty sure he just got his sort of gender reassigned by the crossbar then, because he was nowhere near clear of that bike when he crashed. Oh! I hope he had like a cast iron cup on for that. Bailing. Okay, let's have a look at this. Bailing on a 15-meter, 50-foot jump. FPV drone. Let's have a look. Oh, that was big. Like, what I will say about this is, what's the comment? F or Smosfall, I'm not sure. Like, one of the main ways you can tell the sort of quality of a rider is not on like the sort of big jumps and stuff they can do, but more on the like how well they crash. Because you know you can do a lot of that's a perfect place to stop. You can do a lot of things in a crash to lessen the impact, shall we say. And if you're an inexperienced rider like myself, so the point that I know that I'm going to crash is normally about the point that the soil is entering my mouth, and I'm passengering right up to that point. This guy, however, so he goes off it. He knows he's not going to make it. He's pulled up as hard as he can, but he knows already that he's not going to make this. And yeah, I think it's starting to, yeah, so he basically bails, and he gets away from his bike, as I said, and he dumps the bike and he jumps for the landing, and he lands onto the landing, onto his arse, slides down it. That is textbook crashing, because if he'd have done nothing, look where his bike went. He'd have gone into the back of this landing. And again, as I said a minute ago, it's not how hard or how fast you fall, it's how fast you stop. If he'd have gone to an instant stop from that, he'd have been getting airlifted out of there. But as it was, he saw the crash coming, he reacted, he dumped the bike, he went for the landing, and as such, he slowed. Look how long it takes for him to slow down and stop. I say maybe this guy's a pro, I don't know, but yeah, this guy knows how to jump, and more importantly, knows how to crash. What is this? This is in UK. Bedfordshire, kind of like indoor ramp. This looks pretty sick, this place. Oh. His bike's like, no, I'm not going on to the landing, I'm staying on the takeoff. I'm perfectly happy on this takeoff. I mean, he made the landing. Now all he needs to do is convince his bike to make the landing, and he'll be great. Like, I mean, like, I say about people like getting clear of their bike. I mean, like, that's amazing. Like, the bike didn't even like leave the takeoff. Also, like, look how low this ceiling is. I mean, it looks pretty sick, this place. I'm not sure where it is, but like, I cannot believe that people haven't hit that. I mean, like, that's got like a nice chunk of vert on the top of it. You hit that as a passenger, and you could be like heading to that ceiling before you know it. But the mate's awesome. Look at the mate. That's the face you do before he pops his head up the other side. You see if he's okay. Big uh-oh moment. Queenstown. This is Queenslander. This is no offense, like, I love Australians, but I think there's quite a few crackers Australians out there, so this could be quite entertaining. Film it. Oh, okay, no, he's slow, he's tentative. Oh, what? Oh my god! Like, when I saw him rolling into that, I was like, oh, that's a shame. This is going to be like a little just slow, like, wobble off. And then I see, where is it? You see, I'm like, he's coming down here, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, he's just a bit tentative, whatever. There's going to be like a little step down or something here, and he's just going to like wobble off it or something. But then this comes into view. Like, that is no freaking joke. I mean, they're not pure vert, but that is a steep angle, and that is tough. Like, coming back to what I said before about knowing when you're going to crash, you know, watching this, hindsight's 2020. You know, I basically knew he was going to crash there. As soon as I saw that ramp, I think, figured out he was crashing. He's still passengering. He's just sat on it like he's on a Sunday ride, still going. He's starting to realise, okay, this doesn't feel like it should. Okay, why is the ground like... why is the ground parallel with me? That's not how it's supposed to work. Maybe I'll try and do a front flip. I'm not sure if I've got enough time for a front flip. And... oh... I mean, there is nothing worse than this. Like, again, yeah, no hate, no meanness. Like, me and this guy are brothers because, like, you know, that's how I would handle that kind of crash. Just whatever, can't do anything. Just hold on and hope that you're in one piece on the other end. I mean, at least it was fairly slow paced, but yeah. And let me just check again. Sorry, I don't going to stick on this too much. He's got trousers on at least, so he's okay. Open face helmet, you know, flexing. You want to make sure that that prettiness is on display for the camera, you know, as it gets, you know, scraped along the floor. Bare arms, you know. Like, I mean, maybe he's having an off day and he's a really good rider, but like, if you're his mates, like, and you know, like, what he's like, don't let him do stuff like that. Like, just no. Start him off on something a little more gentle. Big crash at Woburn. Let's have a look at this.
Yep.
Setting off. Got the Renthal bars. Out with the crew. Everyone tracksuit. Open face. Ready to go. This is going to be a big crash, so let's see. Ooh, a bit nose heavy on that one. Okay, yeah, better on that one. Oh.
Henry, are you okay?
Excuse me. Are you okay? As his face grabs at... oh shit, man. Yeah, that was actually pretty rough. I feel bad for laughing now when I see all that blood. So he's just popped, and I appreciate the slow-mo zoom because I didn't even see that happening. I don't think. Did we actually get to see that in the high speed? No, he goes for the zoom. So yeah, he went big off that, and yeah, just nosedived. I mean, again, like this guy, you know, could be fine. Everyone can get caught out like that. But one thing I always notice with, you know, when jumps go wrong, I'll be fair and say that is the height. You know, when you watch a pro rider go over jumps, you know, they are as low as possible over the jump. We got that. There's a big jump out of the field at the bottom of the park, which is one that's always a bit tricky. It's after you come out of the wooden drop, and I'll talk about that maybe in another video. But the thing about it is it's got quite a steep kick on it, and you can go really fast on it. And when you watch people who are sort of less experienced at jumping, they can be like 15-20 foot in the air above that jump, like just looking like they're, you know, riding down the canal path. And then when you look at a pro, then they scrub it and they're like a foot off it, you know, going sort of twice the speed. It's pretty impressive stuff. You know, this guy just got launched to the moon and then landed face first. Like, he's fully like planked out on the ground, and his mate's like, yeah, you're right, mate. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not gonna say that like a full face would have entirely got him out of this, because, you know, you hit the ground hard enough in a full face, you'll cut your face open. You know, I've seen it happen quite a few times. But, you know, things on the face bleed quite a lot, so, you know, that's a lot of blood there. But, you know, hopefully it was sort of superficial cuts that just bled quite a lot. But I think he's cut his lip maybe by how swollen that is. But yeah, I mean, you know, that's pretty nasty. That's the kind of thing when you got an open face on. Hey, this guy did have an open face, right? Let me just go back to the beginning. I could be wrong. Like I say, you can really cut yourself up on it. Yeah, no, he's full open face. Yeah, like, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to sound like your grandma with helmets and stuff like that, but, you know, it stops this shit from being, you know, your day's over and you're off to hospital, you know, versus, oh, I'm a bit sore, I might, you know, go and have a coffee type thing. But yeah, well, whoever you are, Narwhal enjoyer.
I don't know what I could do with it though.
I hope you're, I'm guessing this is someone from the park that's come to help him.
Shit, I reckon.
Anyway, yeah, hope he's made a full recovery. You know, as I said earlier on in this video, people do get injured. What is this one? This guy's like sat on an ultra wide monitor. Is he watching someone else crashing? Oh, it's a CCTV thing. Oh, I'm gonna try and zoom in on that. So again, another classic thing, car park show-offs. Like, if you ever get the sort of feeling that you want to do a little trick in the car park somewhere, just don't. All right. Take it from me, I cannot tell you how many people I've seen fall off their bikes in our car park, and in some pretty horrific ways. Like, just like I've probably seen more. I mean, granted, I spend more time down at the car parks, but I've probably seen more people crash in the car park than anywhere else in the park. I remember one time getting to the park, you know, I was sort of first aider, and I arrived at like 9 o'clock at the park, and there was already somebody waiting with an injury for me, and I'm just like, what? And basically, yeah, he'd just fallen off riding around the car park and cut his hand open. Anyway, but yeah, car park show-offs. Don't do it. You're not impressing anyone, but you are, I suppose, giving everyone a good laugh when you fall off. So I'm going to finish off by looking at a crash by the living legend, who is Sam Pilgrim. I kind of wanted to have a quick look at this because it highlights what I said earlier about the difference between a sort of amateur rider like myself and a pro rider like Sam Pilgrim, or technically I guess Sam Pilgrim's probably more legendary rider at this stage, but about how soon they know they're going to crash. So let's watch this quickly and then we'll go back through it. So he's on they cut this bit together slightly kind of oddly. It's kind of jumped about a little bit, but you know, you get the idea. So he's out on his he's on a Canyon, I think, Canyon Spectral, I guess was when the I know it's only a month ago, this video, so yeah, he's on his new Spectron as a Canyon lover like myself, and yeah, doing a bit of urban free ride in Spain, Gran Canaria, yeah, looking smooth, and just ends up upside down. You don't really get a great shot from that side, but yeah, you see it this one, and just slams hard, straight back up, you know, because of, you know, invincible legend status. But yeah, anyway, like, so the point I wanted to make was, you know, if this was me, I'd probably realise I was crashing, like, let's see, where would I realise it? About there. As I slam the ground and my body tells me that I'm in a lot of pain, that would be where I would realise I'd crashed. I think most pro riders kind of find the one where it's like side on, and we don't need to see him getting upset and being injured. Where's the side on shot's not brilliant, but I think you can kind of see that he hops that one, he goes to hop that, he manuals right there, and I think like around here is where most pro riders would have realised that they were going to crash. Should we see when the legend realises that they're going to crash? We're going to go right back.
I couldn't double this. I'd have too much speed. I'd probably fly off the back of there.
And that's where a legend figured out he was going to crash. About, I don't know, a few minutes before he even pushed back up to the top. Now you can question why exactly he went for the double anyway. Maybe legend, maybe crazy, but yeah, that's the difference. So you got like amateur realizes as their face scrapes the ground, pro realizes somewhere after the takeoff, a legend predicts it about 5 minutes before you even get on the bike. But yeah, I'm not sure why he, I think he just overcut. I'm not sure if he was going for the double or not, but like he fully predicted ahead of time that he was going to crash there. So yeah. But yeah, gets up anyway, carries on and does a thing. Apparently this gave him a pretty big concussion, which I'm not surprised. You know, at least he had a sort of decent enough helmet on. I'm not sure full face would have done anything there because he landed sideways. So yeah, legend rider seeing a crash, having a premonition about the crash a good 5 minutes before it happens. Anyway, I think that'll about do for today. That's probably enough people suffering that I can take watching for now, but maybe we'll do some more in the future. If you are interested in seeing more of these, make sure you subscribe, stick a comment down below if this is a crash video you'd like me to look at. Maybe I'll pick it up in the next video, but for now guys, take it easy, we'll see you in the next video.